Folks, I want to bring in Market Gauge Group Managing Director Michelle Snyder. Michelle, just your thoughts on the consumer. I mean, listen, they've hung tough so far through this inflation crisis, but can they continue?
Well, I thought what Lisa said was very astute and very similar to what I'm thinking is right now we have this great rush to spend money after COVID, and it makes a lot of sense. And as you said before, the statistic about cash on hand versus debt being at historical levels right now, all good news. But the question is for how long? I mean, what I thought was so interesting about the Netflix earnings was that many people canceled subscriptions because they didn't want to spend an extra $5 to $10 on watching Netflix. I know that wasn't the whole problem, but that was definitely one of the. Yeah, I mean, when I think about the sharing of passwords, like my mom, for example, she would cancel the subscription if she couldn't share with me. I just said that on TV, didn't I? But anyway.
Don't worry. You got 100 million other people, so don't worry about it. They won't come after your mom right away. Let me then ask you about this then. With all of those things, the market's showing a little bit of moxie. We're losing some altitude now the last couple of days. Where are we with respect to this market?
I think that we are just seeing some knee-jerk buying. A lot of people have been coming up to me saying, but stocks look really cheap here. Should I be buying? And I keep saying no. I think we're still in a trading range market. And that hasn't changed. And also, if you look at volatility, and I've really been focused on it because, Charles, it's the most perfect chart I've seen in a long time. You have 3 moving averages converge on a golden cross, which means the 50 crossed over the 200, and the price sitting right there. So if that starts to explode higher from these levels, I think you have to expect more pain in the overall market and stick to the plan of buying commodities. Inflation, the rate of change may have leveled out, but that's not peaking. And I think that's where people get confused.
All right, someone just tweeted me doing commercial. When are you going to talk about commodities? Well, we just did. I got to get your thoughts with a minute to go on Tesla. They report after the bell. Now, here's the thing. The stock has only rallied twice on the same day they reported in the last 9 quarters. So I'm not sure you necessarily have to be in it going into this number, but what do you think?
Well, certainly after looking at what happened yesterday with Roku and Disney and Netflix, you have to be somewhat scared about buying any kind of a giant like Tesla at this point. But I do think if we can get a good, decent dip, it would be worth a shot. So I'd like to see what happens, let's say, if it gets down like $100 from here, which is nothing.
Okay.
But, we'll see.
And by the way, full disclosure, my subscribers are long this stock, but I'm not sure what it's going to do tomorrow. 30 seconds. You always give me these crazy hot crypto names. What are you looking at?
Luna. Luna has been the strongest of the big cap cryptos right now, and if it holds around 88, 90, I think it can go up to all-time highs, 119, maybe even higher.
I asked for a hot, crazy name, and you gave me Luna. Perfect. Michelle, thank you. All right.
Thank you.